Alrighty, folks, didn't want to end it on a down note today, so we have another new album review for you. And today we're going with Crystal Spiders, Metanoia. Cool album cover there. These guys and gal were formed in Raleigh, North Carolina in 2018. This is their third full-length release. They had Molt in 2020, and then Morieris in 2021, and now this is their third release here in 2025. All three M's. I'm sure that means something somewhere. This was actually produced by Mike Dean of COC fame, also out of North Carolina. So the album, let me just tell you how I heard about it. Because this album actually has been out for a minute. I believe it came out in March. No, it came out in May. Maybe I just saw some tracks for it before that. Because I remember seeing it, and I actually, I'll usually check out stuff, even if it's by bands that I've listened to before and didn't really care for. I still will generally listen to something if they've released a new song to see if I might like it. But I didn't do that with this, and I think I confused them with another band, which is why I didn't do it. But then I believe it was on an episode of the Review Crew on Sea of Tranquility, and they had two guys on there from a channel called the Doom Charts, and one of them brought this album up, talking about how it was his album of the year so far. So I was like, well, let me go check it out, because I didn't remember listening to it. And I listened to the first song, which I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, but I believe I'm going to go with Torch, as in Porsche, but it's Torch with an E, so I think it's probably Torch. Sounds good anyway. It opens up the album. It's got like this clutch type swing riff to it before it goes into this like Sabbath type chug. It's a good speedy number. Brenna Leath on vocals and bass, Reid Rogers on guitar and backing vocals, and then Willis on drums and vocals. So yeah, it's good. Like I said, it's a good speedy number. Brenna's vocals come screaming in. She gets some tasty soloing in there, and then it kind of morphs into this doom jam outro. Good, strong opening track. Your next track is called Blue Death. Brenna's vocals are really starting to remind me here now of Susie Bravo from Witchcryer, if you guys know who that is. It's kind of a mellow intro. It goes into a slow stomp. It's got a bunch of cool drum fills in it. Slow to mid-pace number. Nice soloing, guitar soloing for an outro. Ignite, your third track. This is your shortest number, just under 4 minutes. You're back. They're back with a good crunchy Sabotage era type guitar riff. Nice punchy drum work on this track. Time Travel's your next one. First class mid-pace doom riffage going on here. Brenna's really stretching her vocals on this track. She's adding some grit to it, which really brings in a different aspect to the voice. It broadens the appeal. Then about halfway through, the pace kind of quickens into this gallop, and then you get some nice fuzzed out fiery guitar solos. Reid Rogers had been fairly reserved on the soloing. They were nice solos, but he was fairly reserved as far as the soloing went on the first 3 tracks, but he really rips it out and cuts loose on this one. Maslow, I believe is how you say the next one. This one opens with a bass intro, very reminiscent of Warrior Soul's Concrete Frontier to my ear. It's another mid-pace number. Brenna's doing, she's got some good wailing vocals going on this one. Halfway through the track, the build in the song actually reminded me, when I was listening to it, of the build in the track Heaven and Hell. And funny enough, guitar player goes into this smoking Iommi style guitar solo. The song finishes off with some killer riffs and some killer drumming. Your next track is called 21. Good riff, groovy drums. Aaron on drums, a lot of times he plays the drums just straightforward, but then there's other times when he gets that groove and swing going in there, and you can definitely tell that he was a fan of Bill Ward. The lyrics on this one kind of meh. I mean, 21, it sounds like they're talking about playing cards. But Brenna does deliver the vocals with passion, more grit, more quality guitar on this one. So yeah, I did catch myself actually singing the chorus to this track, even though it wasn't one of my more favorite tracks on the album. And then OS is your last track. There's 3 OS's in the song, but I chose to go with the opening OS, which means opulent splendor. Another mid-pace number. So your album's kind of running long now. Here, it totals out just shy of 45 minutes, and this song, it's your last song. Another mid-pace number, almost 9 minutes long. So you're starting to feel the length of the album a little bit by this time, especially since it's, another mid-pace number. There is some sterling drumming on this one, a lot of vocal gymnastics on this one, a lot of blazing solos on this one. Plenty of time at a track that runs near 9 minutes. So I'm going to give this one 8.25 out of 10. Really solid doom / stoner. Hence the psychedelia in there. I think it suffers a little bit from being a little long, and like I said, a little too many mid-pace numbers. I think we could have used 1 or 2 more quick numbers in there, or maybe just shaving some of the slower outros off of some of the songs might have helped it too. But 8.25 is no shabby score whatsoever. This is quality doom release out of North Carolina. Crystal Spiders, Metanoia. Alrighty, you guys have a good one.